Belote, and I am an author and an illustrator. And my life before 12 by 12 was very much just me in my studio working at this on my own. One of the main reasons that I joined 12 by 12 was because I was searching for a community of people. I feel like my entire life I have been searching for a community of people to be a part of something larger than myself. I had tried different things as I was working on my illustration and on my writing, and nothing really fit. There wasn't very much communication with previous groups. There wasn't camaraderie like I had been searching for. So before 12 by 12, I was just lost and alone. And then I found my people and I feel so happy. I remember the first day I heard about the organization and I joined. And the first day I went into the Facebook group and there were people posting about things that I was interested in. And they were posting questions like the questions I had. And I was like, I have found my people finally. That is something that I have really taken away with 12 by 12. 12 by 12 helped me along in a lot of different ways. Being part of a group was definitely the first way that it helped. It gave me a lot of self-confidence as a creative person. Before joining this group, I was and am always been a reserved person. It's not easy for me to just walk up to somebody and make friends. And with 12 by 12, I feel like they see me as an author illustrator. So when I walk into the room, essentially, when I walk into the Facebook group, I am an author illustrator and these other people understand where I'm coming from. So it's so much easier for me to talk to these complete strangers. So it really helped. It gave me a big confidence boost and actually made me a lot more vocal in my critique groups as well. So it helped me come into my own as identifying myself as an author and an illustrator. I'm an illustrator first. So that comes a bit more naturally to me than the writing aspect of this career. I've been working on it a lot and had worked on it a lot, but voicing my opinion about other people's work was something I didn't really feel qualified to do. But during the discussions that we have through the Facebook page and the website, it really helped me understand how to formulate my opinions and how to better express them in ways that would be easily understood. I've always been critiqued through my various art schools and everything, but being critiqued on writing was so different. And it helped me learn to how to take critique and pick and choose the parts of it that would be most helpful to my work. So that's something that has really sparked within me. I have a lot of different successes that I can pull from 12 by 12, but one of the major ones that stands out, I was on one of the webinars. It was Betsy Bird, and she was talking about writing humor during unfunny times. And the title of the webinar immediately intrigued me, and she intrigued me. It's Betsy Bird. But I was like, oh man, this is what I'm doing. Everything that I work on, my passion, it lives in humor. I love to write funny things. I love to draw funny things. And humor is so subjective that sometimes I hesitate to go that route or to share certain things because not everybody's going to find the same things funny that you do. But I was on her webinar and I was working on this manuscript. I had this idea way back in 2013 when I was doing some children's lit courses. I had this idea and I wasn't sure how to present it because it needed to be funny, but it also is very sentimental as well. There's a fine line. You don't want to go heavy one way or the other. So during her webinar, she was explaining that it's okay to write things that not everybody is going to find funny in the same way that you do. And when she said that, I was like, why don't I just write this in the way that I find it to be funny? Because somebody out there will find it funny like I do too. And especially kids. When I write or illustrate, I try to embody that character and kind of put myself in their place and react how they would. So I let go of all of the negativity and that voice that was saying like, not everybody's going to find this funny and etc. And those words that she said, just write what you think is funny and somebody else will find it funny. So I wrote it and sat on it. That's how I work. I wrote it and sat on it for several months, got it out at the end of the year, went for it. So sent it to my agent. She really liked it and dummied it. And we sold it back in March. It'll finally be announced in PW in January, February. We had some back and forths on the title, so it's taken a couple months for it to be announced, but I'm really excited to share it. It's a story very near and dear to me, but going to that webinar and just hearing that simple phrase, just write it how you want to write it. Oh man, it just flipped a switch. And you hear similar advice, but it was the perfect time, the perfect delivery, and I was in the perfect headspace for this, and it just flowed. So that's something that 12 by 12, I think, can offer is the programming is so diverse in every way that it will appeal to somebody at some point, and it always means something to you. Even if it's one of the sessions are about a genre that you don't particularly write in, you're still going to get something out of it. So it's just been a whirlwind. But since that day, I've always had a lot of respect for 12 by 12, but man, that was a standout moment for sure. I always work on multiple things at once because my brain can't focus on the same thing for very long. So I have projects going at a time. But I just finished artwork for a new Halloween book that I have coming out next year with Random House called Witch and Wombat. It's all about a little witch who is so excited to get a cat, but she goes to the store and they're sold out. So she has to have a wombat as her sidekick instead. And then in 2024, I have a book coming out that summer called Sheepwrecked, which is another funny book. It is about pirate sheep who get stranded on a desert island.